What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, July 11th, 2019, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. A Wrinkle in Time and Euphoria actress Storm Reid is in talks to co-star in the next Suicide Squad movie. The Hollywood Reporter revealed the casting negotiations. Reid, who's 16, would play the daughter of Idris Elba's character, Variety said. No other details about the character were immediately known. Guardians of the Galaxy filmmaker James Gunn wrote and will direct the movie, which is set for theatrical release on August 6, 2021. The original Suicide Squad opened in 2016. Co-starring Will Smith, Jared Leto, Jai Courtney, and Margot Robbie. It was about villains from the DC Comics universe tapped to complete a dangerous government mission. Courtney and Robbie are expected to return for the second film, which will also feature Danielle Menchilor and John Cena. The Game of Thrones prequel will feature the Starks and some familiar creatures. Author George R.R. Martin shared new details about the HBO pilot known as The Long Night in an interview with Entertainment Weekly published Tuesday. Game of Thrones is the first novel in Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire book series, which HBO previously adapted as the TV series Game of Thrones. Martin will serve as an executive producer on the new pilot. The Long Night will take place about 5,000 years before the events of Game of Thrones. Martin says the pilot may be renamed possibly The Longest Night to avoid confusion with the Game of Thrones Season 8 episode The Long Night. In addition, Westeros, the fictional continent where Game of Thrones takes place, is divided into 100 kingdoms in the prequel. Martin says, we talk about the seven kingdoms of Westeros. There were 7 kingdoms at the time of Aegon's conquest. But if you go back further, then there are 9 kingdoms and 12 kingdoms, and eventually you get back to where there are 100 kingdoms, petty kingdoms, and that's the era we're talking about here. One of the kingdoms will be ruled by the Starks, a prominently family in Game of Thrones. The show will also feature dire wolves, enormous wolves, and the seagull of House Starks and the others, or White Walkers. Martin says the Starks will definitely be there. Obviously, the White Walkers are here, or as they call in my books, the others, and that will be an aspect of it. There are things like dire wolves and mammoths. Martin said the prequel takes place prior to the rise of the Lannister family. Casterly Rock is instead ruled by the Casterlys, who are said to have lost their seat to the Clever, the founder of House Lannister. The prequel will star Naomi Watts, Naomi Ackie, Denise Galk, Josh Whitehouse, and Georgie Henley, and other stars. Martin says the series will have an ensemble cast versus leading stars like Game of Thrones. He said, I hesitate to use the word lead. We don't have leads so much as a large ensemble. Game of Thrones ended in May after an 8-season run on HBO. The show starred Emilia Clarke, Kit Harington, Sophie Turner, Macy Williams, Lena Headey, and Peter Dinklage. Katherine Heigl will star in a Netflix adaptation of the book Firefly Lane. The streaming service announced Wednesday the 40-year-old actress will play Tully Hard in a new series based on the Christine Hannah novel. Firefly Lane was published in 2008. The book is set in the Pacific Northwest and follows the friendship between Tully and her best friend Kate over the course of more than 30 years. Netflix tweeted on Wednesday that Kate Heigl will star in Firefly Lane, a new series based on the beloved book, as Tully Hard, a force of nature still bearing the scars of a traumatic childhood, whose saving grace is her best friend Kate, with whom she shares an unshakable bond over the course of 4 decades. Variety said Firefly Lane will consist of 10 episodes. Heigl will also executive produce with Stephanie Germain and Lee Rose, with Maggie Freeman as writer, show writer, and executive producer. Hannah will serve as a co-executive producer. In addition to Firefly Lane, Hannah's novels The Nightingale and The Great Alone are being adapted at TriStar Pictures. Breaking Bad producer Michelle MacLaren is directing The Great Alone adaptation. Heigl is best known for playing Izzy Stevens on the ABC series Grey's Anatomy and has since starred on State of Affairs and Doubt. She portrays Samantha Wheeler on the USA Network series Suits. Camille Grammer is looking back on her stressful and tough year. The 50-year-old television personality discussed her difficult year during Tuesday's episode of Watch What Happens Live ahead of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 9 reunion. Grammer told host Andy Cohen, "It was an interesting year. It was very stressful. I had a bad year. I was on the hot seat. I had a really tough year. I lost my assistant, and 2 days later I lost my house. And then my mom is sick during the whole time, and I'm on the phone with her trying to support her in her battle with cancer. I was overwhelmed, and I think you could see that in the last episodes and in the reunion. I was just overwhelmed with grief." Grammer's longtime assistant Scott McLaren died in November, just days before her home was destroyed in the California wildfires. She wrote on Instagram at the time, "We can rebuild our home, but we can't replace people we've lost. I'm still grieving and will continue to do so." In addition, Grammer's mother is battling cancer, but was able to attend Grammer's wedding to David C. Meyer in October. She wrote on Instagram in May, "I was overwhelmed with joy that my mom made my wedding. She was in the hospital, and her doctor helped her so she could travel from the East Coast to Hawaii. My amazing mom." Grammer starred in season 1 and 2 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Since appeared in season 3 and 5 through 9. Lisa Vanderpump skipped the season 9 reunion after quitting the show following conflicts with her co-stars. Andrew Garfield and chewing gum star Michaela Cole are set to appear as guest judges on the BBC's upcoming version of RuPaul's Drag Race. Game of Thrones star Macy Williams, Spice Girl member Jerry Halliwell, and Little Mix's Jade Throwell are also set to be featured as guest judges. RuPaul Drag Race veteran Michelle Visage, Graham Norton, and Alan Carr will also star. The 8-part remake is set to be airing on BBC 3 and BBC iPlayer later this year. Garfield said in a statement, "The creativity is always totally outside the box, and it's one of the many reasons I watch and love the show." Cole says, "I love that you have to dare, and you have to drop all of your societal norms and restraints that you've been taught, and you have to dare to embody something higher." The original RuPaul Drag Race wrapped up season 11 in May, with Yvie Oddly of Denver being crowned the winner. Jenny J. Wild Farley says her son has come so far since being diagnosed with autism in the fall. The 33-year-old television personality gave an update on Grayson, her 3-year-old son, with ex-husband Roger Matthews in an interview with Entertainment Tonight published Tuesday. She says, "I just wanted to get to where I am today, where he went from nonverbal, not even knowing his name today, to where he is attempting full sentences. He has a personality. He really just leaps and bounds. He comes so far with all his therapy and stuff." Farley, who stars on Jersey Shore Vacation, said she's grateful for the opportunity to raise awareness about autism through the MTV series. The star says, "That's my biggest thing that I want to do right now, because there's so much big stigma, but there's also a big population of kids getting diagnosed." She added, "I just want to make the world a little less harsh and more sweet, so when he goes to school there will be less critics and more people that want to help and understand what it's like to have autism. So that's my goal." Farley confirmed Grayson's diagnosis in an Instagram post in November. She told People in March her son is enrolled in early intervention therapy and sees 4 or 5 specialists on a weekly basis. The star says, "Now, to me, he's brilliant. He knows all his ABCs. Now we're working on combining 2 words." She added, "I need to be a mom that paves the way for her son to have the best, most normal future than he can possibly have. He's never going to miss another event if I have anything to do with it." Farley and Matthews are also parents of 4-year-old daughter Melanie. Farley shared a photo of her son and daughter in June on their first day of summer camp. She wrote, "Try not to cry dropping them off at camp this morning. Huge day for at Grayson Matthews, going to school with peers. Special thanks to We Care Autism Services for being right by his side every day. Having an Abbott therapist there to give great support through this transition means the world to this mama." Patrick Stewart, as the titular hero Jean-Luc Picard, and a dog are pictured on a new poster that ABC All Access released Wednesday for its new sci-fi drama Star Trek Picard. The sequel series sees Stewart reprising his role as the captain from Star Trek The Next Generation. It will also star Alison Pill, Michelle Hurd, Evan Evagora, Issa Briones, Santiago Cabrera, and Harry Treadwell. Parenthood and Criminal Minds director Hanelle Culpepper has signed on to helm the first 2 episodes of the series. Wednesday's image features Stewart as Picard and a dog looking over a sun-soaked vineyard. Mindy Kaling has cast the lead role in her upcoming Netflix comedy series. The streaming service said Wednesday that Maitreya Makrashan will star in the untitled coming-of-age series inspired by Kaling's upbringing. Rakashanan, who hails from Toronto, Canada, landed the part of Devi following an opening casting call that drew 15,000 responses, according to Deadline. The new show will mark Rakashan's on-screen debut. Kaling's series follows Devi, a modern-day first-generation Indian-American teenage girl. The character is an overachieving high school sophomore whose short fuse gets her into a difficult situation. Kaling co-created the show with the Mindy Project and co-executive producer Lance Fisher. The pair will serve as co-showrunners, co-writers, and co-executive producers on a new project with Howard Klein, David Minner, and Trishtam Shapiro as co-executive producers. Kaling announced plans for the series in March after Netflix ordered an initial 10 episodes. She tweeted at the time, "I'm joining at the Netflix fam at Lu Lai Lang and I are working on a brand new and Netflix TV comedy about the life of a modern-day first-generation Indian-American teenage girl. Get ready for lots of relatable, awkward teen moments." Kaling last starred in the Amazon movie Late Night. She co-created and executive produced a miniseries remake of 4 Weddings and a Funeral that will premiere July 31st on Hulu. Cameron Boyce's family has confirmed that the Descendants and Jesse actor was being treated for epilepsy before having a fatal seizure over the weekend. Boyce was 20 when he died. His sudden death prompted an outpouring of love from celebrities, including former cast members Peyton List and Adam Sandler. Boyce's family issued a statement to People magazine offering more details about Boyce's health in his final days, noting that his, quote, tragic passing was due to a seizure as a result of an ongoing medical condition, and that condition was epilepsy. Boyce's loved ones said, we're still trying to navigate our way through this extremely heart-wrenching time and continue to ask for privacy so that the family and all who knew and loved him can grieve his loss and make arrangements for his funeral, which in and of itself is agonizing. A family representative also confirmed to Entertainment Tonight that the ongoing medical condition Boyce had been receiving treatment for was epilepsy. WGN America announced Wednesday that it will air the TV special Celebration of Life for Beth Chapman in Colorado on Saturday afternoon. Scheduled for broadcast at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the memorial service at the Heritage Christian Center in Aurora is open to the public. Chapman, a Denver native, died June 26 after a battle with cancer. She was 51. A memorial service was held on June 29th in her most recent home state of Hawaii. Beth and her husband, Dwayne "Dog the Bounty Hunter" Chapman, filmed the upcoming first season of the WGN docuseries Dogs Most Wanted before her death. It is slated to debut on the cable network later this year. The couple dated for 16 years before they married in 2006. Taylor Swift is ranked the world's highest paid entertainer for 2019, with Kylie Jenner coming in second, followed by Kanye West in third. The Forbes list, released Wednesday, ranked 100 celebrities, including musicians, film stars, athletes, and comedians. Swift topped the list with the pre-tax income of $185 million over the past year from her Reputation World Tour, a deal with Netflix to air a Reputation Tour special, endorsement deals with Apple, AT&T, and Diet Coke, and a new deal with Republic Records and Universal Music Group. The singer previously topped the list in 2016 with $170 million. Swift is set to release her 7th studio album, Lover, on August 23rd. Jenner followed close behind with $170 million for her Kylie Cosmetics line and distribution deal with retailer Ulta. West is ranked third with $150 million coming from his Yeezy sneaker line with Adidas. The rest of the top 10, soccer's Lionel Messi with $127 million, singer Ed Sheeran with $110 million, soccer player Cristiano Ronaldo with $109 million, soccer's Neymar with $105 million, the Eagles with $100 million, TV personality Dr. Phil with $95 million, and boxer Canelo Alvarez with $94 million. The top 100 highest paid entertainers featured 16 women. Among them were Harry Potter's author J.K. Rowling, Beyonce, Ellen DeGeneres, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Katy Perry, Pink, Scarlett Johansson, Judy Schneider, Ariana Grande, Jennifer Lopez, Sofia Vergara, Lady Gaga, and Celine Dion. Newcomers to the list include K-pop group BTS, Chris Evans, Paul Rudd, Shawn Mendes, Grande, DJ Khaled, Travis Scott, Marshmello, and athletes Aaron Rodgers, Khalil Mack, DeMarcus Lawrence, Aaron Donald, Brandon Cooks, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Chris Paul, and Paul George. Grammy-winning singer Lady Gaga is launching her own beauty line. The 33-year-old actress and recording artist shared plans Tuesday for Haas Laboratories, a new cosmetic brand that will be exclusively sold on Amazon, according to Hollywood Reporter. Haas Laboratories products will be available for pre-order July 15th. Fox Business says the line will launch in September in the U.S., France, and Germany and other countries. Lady Gaga said in a statement on Twitter that experimenting with makeup gave her confidence when she was younger. The star wrote, "When I was young, I never felt beautiful, and as I struggled to find a sense of both inner and outer beauty, I discovered the power of makeup. It was then that I invented Lady Gaga. I found the superhero within me by looking in the mirror and seeing who I wanted to be." She said, "Sometimes beauty doesn't come naturally from within, but I'm so grateful that makeup inspired a bravery in me I didn't know I had. I've come to accept that I discovered my beauty by having the ability to invent myself and transform. They said I was just weird, but really, I was born this way." The Shallow singer also shared a promo video for her brand. She says in the clip, "The last thing the world needs is another beauty brand, but that's too bad. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but at Haas Laboratories, we say beauty is how you see yourself. Your glam, your expression, your artistry. We want you to love yourself. Our house, your rules." Lady Gaga's fashion and beauty choices have been a large part of her brand and image throughout her career. The singer wore 4 outfits and an exaggerated makeup look at the Met Gala in May. Beyonce has released Spirit, a new song from the Lion King album curated by the singer titled The Gift. Spirit will also appear on the soundtrack for Disney's photorealistic remake of The Lion King, where Beyonce voices the character of Nala. The track was released on Tuesday through YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and Tidal. Singer, television personality, and fashion designer Jessica Simpson will release a memoir in February 2020. The 39-year-old star shared plans in an Instagram post Wednesday for the untitled book with HarperCollins. Dre Street Books will publish the book on February 4th. Simpson wrote, "I've been waiting for so long to share some exciting news. I'll be releasing my first book on February 4th at HarperCollins US. I've been working so hard on it. I've opened my heart in a way I never have before, and now I can't wait to share it with the world." People says the memoir will explore the ups and downs of Simpson's life and career, including her marriage and divorce from Nick Lachey. Simpson is now wed to Eric Johnson, his parents to 3 children, Maxwell, Ace, and Bertie, with the former NFL player. Simpson told the magazine, "I've been approached many times over the years about writing a book. It never felt right for me until this very moment. I have always felt that one of my God-given purposes in this life is to inspire people." She said, "I hope that by telling my story and not holding back, I can help move people to walk through their fears and defeat their challenges, as I'm working hard to do every day with mine. I hope readers will feel the love, laughter, tears, and truth contained in every page." Simpson released her debut album, Sweet Kisses, in age 19 in 1999. She married Lachey in 2003 and starred in the MTV series Newlyweds Nicola and Jessica with the 98 Degrees singer, but split from Lachey in 2005. She launched her Jessica Simpson collection fashion line the same year and married Johnson in 2014. Day Street VP Carrie Thornton says, "Millions of women have grown up with Jessica Simpson, watching her triumph in her career, find love, lose love, and then find it again, build a successful business and a beautiful family. She's been a role model and a friend and a big sister to her fans, and now she has taken the brave step of opening her heart and life completely with her memoir." Camila Cabello goes platinum blonde in a new music video with Mark Ronson. The 22-year-old singer and Ronson released a video Tuesday for Ronson's single, "Find You Again." Cabello plays a lounge singer being tracked down by several bounty hunters. Ronson portrays one of Cabello's pursuers who ends up falling in love with Cabello's character and helping her escape. Cabello tweeted Tuesday, "Baby, I know I'll never find you again." A video with Mark Ronson is out now. Find You Again appeared on Ronson's new album, Late Night Feelings, which debuted in June. The album also includes the singles Nothing Breaks Like a Heart, featuring Miley Cyrus, and Late Night Feelings, featuring Luke Lee. Cabello voiced her enthusiasm for Ronson in an Instagram post in April. She wrote, "When Mark told me he was making a project called Late Night Feelings, full of emo bop sung by girls about love and heartbreak, I said I'll be there in 5 minutes. I needed to be a part of it. I wanted to work with him for such a long time, and I've always been a huge fan." Cabello is working on her second studio album and last released the single Senorita with Shawn Mendes in June. Her debut studio album, Camilla, was released in January 2018. Bruce Springsteen announced on Wednesday a new film based on his latest album, Western Star, will be released. Springsteen made the announcement when calling into the East Street radio channel on Sirius XM. The musician said that the project will be released in 2019 and feature the entire album being performed among other things. Springsteen said to East Street hosts Dave Marsh and Jim Rotolo about the project, "We knew we weren't going to tour, so I was looking for a way to get some of the music live to the audience, and so we figured that the best way was to do it." Tom Zimney, a frequent collaborator of Springsteen's, who helmed Springsteen on Broadway, is directing the Western Stars film. Western Stars was released in June and featured the single Hello Sunshine. It was Springsteen's first album of original songs following the release of Wrecking Ball in 2019. Springsteen also previously announced in December that he would not be touring in 2019 as well. Here are the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 single charts for the week of July 13. Number 10, DaBaby with Sugar. Number 9, Chris Brown featuring Drake with No Guidance. Number 8, Post Malone Swally with Sunflower. Number 7, Jonas Brothers with Sucker. Number 6, Lizzo with Truth Hurts. Number 5, Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello with Senorita. Number 4, Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber with I Don't Care. Number 3, Khaled with Talk. Number two, Billie Eilish with Bad Guy. And the number 1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 single charts for the week of July 13th, Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus with Old Town Road. And as your entertainment report for Thursday, July 11th, 2019, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.